Alright, me and my buddy Steve are setting up stands for the year, getting these food plots ready back on the farm. First stand we're going to move, we just got a couple new muddy skybox ladder stands, and we're going to be heading up here to the first one. So it's not far away from here. It's probably only, I don't know, 150 yards from my pole barn, if that. And it's one of my most productive stands. I have a big swamp here right behind my house, hardwood flat, and I tucked a clover plot right in next to it. It's a big travel corridor from the big ag fields to bedding. So we're swapping out one of these stands, and I will give you the drive time to this from my pole barn. Long, arduous trip to my first stand. Convenient last minute spot to go out and hunt, especially if you don't like walking. And there's always deer here. This is my doe hole. I kill does here all the time. I had a couple good bucks living here last year. I ended up shooting one of my muzzleloader open day gun season. It was a one buck called the front swab 9 I ended up taking here. He was probably about a mile away from here when I shot him, but he was heading out from here, crossed across a bedding area, straight into this little this pinch point I was hunting my hardwood. So here it is. Stands up there to the left part of the screen, the other one, and I think we're going to move it right now to right in front of us here. So
yeah, look at all the deer flies.
And there's a million deer flies, so Steve better get loaded up on some bug dope.
Good Lord.
So we're out here. This is my other stand. You can see it. It's right up here in the tree, the ladder stand. This food plot is tucked away in the woods here. Swamps back over in this direction. And then all these deer seem to funnel out. This is a hardwood ridge right up here to the north. They funnel through here. There's a little pinch point down here in the bottom. And if they're traveling like bucks looking for does, it's always down in this end. And this is too far to shoot. I like it for a food plot stand. I mean, you can shoot, it's probably 20 yards at the end of the food plot. A little tucked in here. We kind of carved this out, I think it was 5 years ago. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking this ladder stand down, and we're going to move one to, I think it's going to be this tree right here. And there's two trails on both sides. They're just where I turn around when I'm putting in, I'm plowing and stuff. But little open field right in the back here, and my neighbor's house is literally, I don't know, 100 yards on the other side of there, tucked back in the woods, but his house kind of serves as a natural funnel and a pinch point. So all these deer come down this big hardwood ridge. They either filter down in the swamp, that's where the bucks travel for does, or they come out to this food plot right here, and it's a chip shot from here to here. This is where I usually kill all these does coming to this food plot. But every year I get pictures of Pope young bucks in here. I mean, you know, you might get a couple 125, 130 inch, 3-4 year old bucks in here. So I mean, they live real close to my house. It's not far. So we're gonna get this set up and try to get moving on it. But it's a great spot, early season, late season. You just got to find a tree with a ton of cover. All these oaks in here, they lose all of their leaves, and you have literally no cover. So you got to have a big tree, or you got to be really careful moving. So I think that's why we're going to choose this tree right here. Just trim the living hell out of it, and then put that muddy skybox up there. And you know, you have to watch from behind you, but I want to be able to shoot the food plot too, and then I'll have to trim this little oak right here and try to get this trimmed out good to shoot on both sides of the food plot. But we get up and set, I'll show you a view from the tree stand, but I think this is going to be a really good stand this year. So this muddy skybox set up, and I'm kind of excited about it, but I just know what there is to offer here. Basically where I'm at in this tree, you can see down here my buddy Steve, he's down on the food plot staring at the other tree stand. My truck's over there. This is a little clover plot. I got to mow and the clover will pop up better, but it's white clover, Ladino clover. It's tucked into this oak flat right in the edge of this. If you look behind me over here, about 70 yards there is it's probably 4 acres of thick marshy swamp, and it comes out and it narrows down here. It's still kind of thick in this oak flat, and then it goes up to a hillside. But behind me over here, there's a little opening, it comes through the woods. And over here is some tall grass. I planted some switchgrass in this. It was an open field for some reason. I don't know, when I bought the property, it was over here. But then it goes out and there's some agriculture fields, probably about 300-400 yards that way, that are all They're going to be alfalfa and everything else. Well, these deer, basically what they do is they come down through this opening and they come down and bed. This swamp comes to a point here and it dries up in this open flat. Well, they travel the edge of this swamp quite often and they come between here. So I had to stand over here on this food plot, and they eat this food plot quite a bit, but it's not on their natural travel corridor. So when they naturally travel, it's always behind the stand. You can't shoot, it's too thick, and it's probably 70 yards to the edge of the swamp where they travel. Here, it's maximum a 40-yard shot to the edge of the swamp where they travel. I see a lot of bucks coming nudging does through here and they're in the rut. And it's a quick stand here. We're on the edge of this giant oak hill up here behind us. You can see it kind of opens up. It goes up to one of my big box blinds on it's the edge of an agriculture field. There's a big clover plot and there's alfalfa or corn behind it usually. It's on a fence row. So we got this set up. It's a little open up here. You can see there's not a lot of cover, but I've never had a problem getting picked off a deer here. So I'm not too terribly worried about it. It'll be interesting to see how it goes and put a camera out here on this food plot. There's always tons and tons of does here. So during the rut, this is where the bucks always tend to show up. So we're gonna move on to the next one maybe here. We're pretty tired. We spent 3.5 hours putting together these tree stands, these ladder stands for easy access. And we're gonna try to go I gotta take this one down, take another one down, I got 3 more to put up, and then I gotta move the box blind, elevated platform. So I got a bunch of stuff to do, and we've been working at it pretty much half day here. So we're gonna go and check on these other stands and just try to get everything, keep moving forward here. I mean, we've got plenty of time during deer season, but I like to get my plots in. I don't like to come back here at all after I get all this stuff set up. Until season, I just like to come back to check cameras every other week and see what's going on. So pretty excited about it. This is the hidden food plot by my pole barn. We call it the pole barn stand. So this is the end of this video. We're gonna keep moving, going on to the next stand, keep doing farm work, and I'll keep doing a tutorial on this, and hopefully we'll follow up later in the year on me killing a deer out of this stand. I can imagine I'll kill at least a doe on video out of here, but I'd like to kill, I know I have a mature buck in the swamp this year. He's been living here. He was here in January, February, and they shed, and I don't know where they ended up, but he's been here for 2 years. He lives in the swamp. Usually he comes filtering in. I get pictures of him in September here, and we call him high and tight. He's a big 9-point, sits real tall off the top of his head, and military name for my buddy Steve, who's a 25-year Marine Corps vet. So I'll touch base with you. Hopefully we can keep moving forward. I'll try to plug some pictures and some videos here on top of it. But I think this stand's all set for now. Stay tuned.